Good morning. I struggled a little bit this morning for somewhere to come, and I decided in the end that I would come, if you can just see this, to Signal Hill to see if I could get Cabot Tower for a sunrise. But the sun, unfortunately, and I had a feeling it would be, is rising over there, and unfortunately I couldn't really find a composition that I liked to get the tower in, because I really needed to be stood over there but high up. So I've settled for a quite simple composition. Excuse me, I've got a new gimbal and it's taking some getting used to. So I've settled for quite a simple composition before the sun came up, just as it was lighting up these clouds. And I'm shooting straight out using this bit of hill here and this bit of hill here, and then capturing the clouds at the top. I was shooting with the reverse Grad, a 0.6 ND, and that was it. And I got an exposure time of, not that one, 2.5 seconds at ISO 100 and f11. Now just over here, just around the corner, you can't see it, is Fort Amersham, I think it's called. I'm going to whiz down there because that should be getting some light on it now. I'm just doing a little time lapse, or at least I hope I'm doing a time lapse of the sunrise. And then I am going to go to Bowring Park on the way home. I didn't get there last night. It was later than I thought when I left Kiddie Viddy. So I went straight to Cape Spear, which was excellent. A really good evening there. But I want to have a look at Bowring Park before I go back to the hotel and have breakfast and check out. Because today I'm off to Port Blandford, I think. It's either Port Blandford or Clarenville, one of the two. So you've got a cracking view. I'll just take you up here. Just a second. Got an absolutely awesome view. Just spin you around over St John's, which looks absolutely marvellous. You see, turn you all the way around. So it was worth the trip up here, definitely, but really the wrong time of year to get that in shot with the only lead-in line that I could really see, which is a cracking little wooden walkway from down here. So that is a nice wooden walkway, and I could have shot up there with the sun coming in, or even if the clouds had lit up the top, but they didn't. So I'm going to disappear. And of all the random things, morning, there's a group of a Keep Fit Club, I believe, around the corner. Morning, working out to AC/DC, along with some chart songs. It was pretty awesome listening to that. I did wonder why it was so busy. Sleep is not coming very easily at the moment. We're 4 hours behind here. I stayed up as late as I could last night, but I didn't sleep very well at all. So at some point today I think I'm going to have to crash, because I think I've had about 6 hours sleep in the last 36 hours, which is not good. So, but this is St John's, this is the touristy bit, this is the places where everybody comes, and I thought, yeah, why not, got to do it. Hopefully from here on in, I might be able to come up with something different, and although I'm going to Grosmorn Park, and one of the parks has or part of the park has a nice wooden walkway and the shot's been done to death, I haven't done it. So that's definitely on the list. But other than that, I've got in mind a few places which I'm struggling to find photos of. So it'd be nice to come up with something a bit different. So anyway, short and sweet, I'm going to nip down to Fort Amersham and see what I can get down there. If the sun ever does pop its head up above the clouds, or out from behind the clouds, I might be able to get some nice light on the little lighthouse down there. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. to Bowring Park, and I would imagine that in the fall this place would be absolutely breathtaking. It's a little bit early. Some of the trees are just starting to change, and you can see here there's absolutely thousands and thousands of lovely red berries. It's a very, very pretty place, and it's almost in the middle of the city, or town. St John's City, St John's Town, I'm not sure. And there's a lovely waterfall, or several waterfalls, which I've done my best to get some images of, but it's really difficult. There's very little access to the side of the water, and I really don't fancy breaking my neck to get down. Really by the water's edge. And there's loads of ducks. Well, if you can see the buildings and the road, you can see the cars going past, and just below it is part of the waterfall. So, as I say, I've had a good wander around, and whilst it's a wonderfully peaceful place to be, I'm not really feeling it photographically. I can imagine coming here sunset or sunrise, or even in the middle of the afternoon for a picnic, and it would be absolutely blissful, and I'm sure I haven't seen all of it. One thing I have noticed, and it goes for St John's in general, is it's so clean. It's absolutely immaculate. I think I've seen one piece of rubbish, which was actually in the river, so it's probably got washed down from somewhere. But yeah, it really is. People are obviously very proud of the place, and it is Canada's 150th celebration. So I think they're possibly making a special effort. There's also randomly placed flower beds, which are still in full bloom. It's very mild. I bought my winterline trousers, so I thought it might be a bit cooler, particularly in the mornings in the UK. But it's actually very mild. You can see the flower beds just there. Flowers still beautifully in bloom. They don't even show any signs of dying off. But I was watching the weather forecast last night, and it was saying frost and fog. And I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure where. Because I haven't seen any signs of either. But maybe out near a gross morn we will get some frost and fog. I have a couple of swans over there. Loads of ducks. And this is the main pond I'm just taking you down to. And there's a statue of Peter Pan just coming up to, which I haven't read why it's here. I'm sure there's a very good reason. The light, unfortunately, is coming in from behind the statue, so just whiz round and give you a quick look at it. Oops, I can't get this gimbal together right way. Now, I suspect it's bronze. It strikes me as a slightly odd place to put Peter Pan statue, but there is actually some information around here about it. There's a lovely fountain right in the middle, but unfortunately the background just doesn't, for me, lend itself to photography. There we go. Ah, there we go. It was donated by Sir Edgar Bowring in memory of a little girl, Betty Munn, who loved the park. That's very sweet. Oops, I will get the hang of this gimbal eventually.